it may make sense to you in your mind, but when you type it and you see how it's interpreted, you're like, oh yeah, I kind of missed the mark on that.
Right.
So I had like 4 tries to get this one query to get me in the ballpark of what I was looking for an answer. And that's on me. That's not on the AI, right?
Well, in a sense, it's because that's how it's programmed.
Exactly.
The programmers didn't think like you or I, so therefore...
And that, once
our
again,
input didn't work.
Right, and that's the training part, is learning how to think like what the programmers, the developers put in, so that you can extract the maximum value out of that. That's what I'm saying right now. Hi, I'm Eric.
I'm Mike.
Welcome to the Cyber Sitrep, the Cyber
Situation
Report.
I almost added an ol.
I know, again. Oh, that's funny.
Situational.
Well, we're doing a retake because we had multiple gaffes, so.
Yep. Things happen.
You know, it happens.
Days get long.
Nobody's 100% all the time, guys, you know.
We weren't breached, but we did have tech issues.
Yes, our core wasn't compromised.
That's right.
It was just a flesh wound.
Merely a flesh wound.
Just but a scratch. And you can tell it's getting to be the end
That's
of the
right.
day.
And that we're Monty Python fans.
Huge Monty Python fans. So, on that note...
what are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about AI Shakedown, an initial report from us. Anything you've got to add on that?
Well, we talked about a shakedown. Like, what is a shakedown?
Yeah, so shakedown term we use in the service, that anything that we need to evaluate or bring into production...
Shake it to see if anything falls out.
Exactly. Shake it, rattle it, roll it. If anything falls out, then that's not good.
And with that, I have that story about my wife building our grill out back.
Which, once again, kudos. That's awesome.
I know. She loves to build things, but on this particular build, the grill was loose and there were a couple parts remaining. Again, shakedown, that's what made me think about it. Little parts remaining, the grill kind of shook, and I said, you think that's what it's supposed to be like? And she looked at me straight in the eye and said, well, when the grill heats up, it'll expand and stop it from shaking.
Just like our SR-71.
And that's what I told her. I said, so you think this is like the SR-71 that gains so much momentum and heat that it won't move anymore?
And it expands and fuses?
Yeah, so I was able to tighten the bolts and add the things to make it firm, but we still laugh to this day when she's putting something together. I'm like, now is this one going to need heat to keep it from rattling?
That's funny. And I bet you're going to pay for that for the rest of your life too, bringing that up.
Always, but she knows it's coming.
Oh, that's
awesome.
It's always the wiggly grill. Everybody.
The wiggly grill.
Cautionary tale.
Or it's a super grill that,
Absolutely.
is so high speed.
And you're not going to wear it out, right?
No.
The harder you push it, the stronger it gets.
At Mach 3 and 4,000 degrees, it's firm as anything can be.
It's going to sear a steak like nobody's business, everybody.
Right.
Woo! Awesome. Sign me up.
Yep.
You'll have to have me over, man. I'll bring the steaks.
I think we got it from, your local Ace or something, so they're available.
Perfect. Count me in, man. Oh, that's great. So
back to AI.
Yeah, so, Mike, it's a big catchphrase right now, and for good reason. AI is just pervasive. Artificial intelligence.
Yep.
And, a lot of our younger peers and employees are very savvy with it and feel like natives and what am I missing out on here, right? Yeah. So need to get out from under my rock.
The new toy.
Quit yelling at the kids to get off my lawn and actually go out and, try this out, right? So
that's right.
Did a lot of research, and once again, this isn't an endorsement of any particular vendor or product, but we decided to go with ChatGPT through OpenAI just to give it a spin.
It's out there.
Yeah,
it's common.
It's common, ubiquitous, right? I mean, they're one of the first movers.
Did you have it tell the kids to get off your lawn?
I haven't done that yet. That'll be a test case. So everybody, I'm trying to come up with all these test cases for the AI to see how granular and accurate it is, and that's going to be great. Thank you. I'm going to add that.
Well, you said instead of yelling at the kids, now you have AI to do it for you.
Exactly, and generate me an image of it. Right. That would be great. So we started using it honestly about 2 months ago.
Okay.
And I've been a little bit nascent and resistant because once again you get in your habits and this is the way I've always done it, kind of thing, right? So I'm starting to use it more and more, and that's what I want to kind of go over today. This is the initial sit rep on it. I think I'll do like a post sit rep.
Have to, how to turn out.
Yeah, mid range, right? And right now, the too long didn't read is I think it has promise.
Okay.
Albeit with some severe caveats, right? So we'll get into those in just a second.
Hallucinations.
Yeah, well, hallucinations and all depends on the topic, right? And we'll get into that in just a second. So once again, we went with ChatGPT, and once again, being a military-minded individual, I decided I'd break out my evaluation into what we call tactical tasks. So down in the weeds, very fine detail stuff, and then strategic tasks, more of general intelligence, high-level summarization, pulling things together, right? And I've been playing with both of those.
If it existed?
I haven't done that yet. Oh, but you know what's funny, right? As a tangent, there's all these threads going around that you should be nice to AI because when they reach super intelligence, that they'll target the people that were mean first. So I'm being cautious, and I say please.
Are you saying please?
I say please. At the beginning of all my queries, I put in, please tell me what this is. Please, yeah.
My wife looks at
trying
our
to cover the bases.
My wife looks at our security camera, back to my wife, and she says, I love you AI overlords at least once a week. And she says, so that way when Terminator comes, I get the green square.
Yeah, maybe we're on to something.
And she's like, your cybersecurity is going to look at you and just be like, you're done. She's prepping.
That's funny. Here, go first, honey.
She's like, I'm good. I've been telling them that I love them from day one. So your please is good, but she's up the ante with love.
All right, so I'm going to have to say, I would love if you could.
Or please, my love.
I'm not going to go that far.
The smartest AI who I've ever known.
Yeah, there's a couple of movies on that. I'm not going that route. I don't like it that much, but I have to say, it both, right? Both tactical and strategic. I've had good results, bad results, and I think, honestly, I think what's really happening here is that it's training me as much as I'm training it, if that makes sense.
Right. And one of my concerns kind of on that line is the next generation of people who are being trained to use AI so much that they lose maybe some of their own critical thinking.
Well, right, exactly. So let me start on the, let's talk about, the better scenario, the strategic task. So far, and once again, I'm just not very far in, but I've found that for strategic tasks, especially with very public topics that there's a larger data set on, the answers are actually incredible. They're pretty good. And in once again, we're old school. I still go in and verify. And one thing I do like about the tool is that it will tell you where it got its inference from, right? So as you're going through and it's giving you its list of response,
gives you its table of contents of where it found it.
Yes, right, kind of like a bibliography, right? And I really appreciate that. So then I can go to that site, take a look at that, see if it got the context right, and like I said, with strategic, and once again, I think this is just large language models in general, the more good data you feed it, the better results you get out of it, right? I mean, it's just a fact, right? And that's what I've seen, right? My results have bared that out. For instance, another Sitrep we did on the most recent high-impact hacks that have happened, and I queried the AI for that, ChatGPT to give me that list, gave me the list. I didn't necessarily agree with 100% of the data, but there was enough there that was actionable, and that's why I'm saying it's training me, because it's giving me data points that I wouldn't have necessarily considered. But then when I look at them,
on a general search,
exactly, because of my inherent bias, that when I look at that and I see that result, then I could kind of see where it's coming from, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely.
I know it's not an intelligent thing, but the way it presents the answers, it does uncover things that I may not have in the first pass.
And when I'm teaching, one of the things I speak about AI, to your point of bias, is right now AI is being written by a lot of people that look like you and me.
Yes, exactly.
And it needs to have more input, because otherwise it's going to be the white middle-aged guy information in, white middle-aged information out.
Absolutely.
And we need to have so much diversity of thought into that AI engine.
Yes. And the additional part I want to go on to that, to your point, is that you need to get even better at how you structure your queries, right? What you're asking for,
right?
Because it may make sense to you in your mind, but when you type it and you see how it's interpreted, you're like, oh yeah, I kind of missed the mark on that.
Right.
So I had like 4 tries to get this one query to get me in the ballpark of what I was looking for an answer. And that's on me. That's not on the AI, right?
Well, in a sense, it's because that's how it's programmed.
Exactly.
And the programmers didn't think like you or I, so therefore
And that, once
Our
again,
input didn't work.
Right. And that's the training part, is learning how
Yep.
to think like what the programmers, the developers put in, so that you can extract the maximum value out of that. That's what I'm saying right now. And once again, that's at the strategic level, high level. Summarization's excellent for that. In addition to ChatGPT, I'm using one of the voice AI tools to do voice transcription and putting into different templates. And I have to say, on that, I am so happy with that, because I am such a lazy typist that oh my gosh, what a productivity enhancer that's been, right? So very good on that point. Now, the tactical tasks. So based on what we do for a lot of our customers, we do a lot of nitty-gritty, specialty, deep dive, operating system centric stuff. Think like Red Hat Enterprise Linux, Ubuntu Linux, under the hood for government configurations with all the bells and whistles turned on, right? And once again, it's not necessarily the fault of the AI for this, but when you type in, how do I do this particular task, right? How do I enable this particular mode and this configuration? AI is just, sometimes it gets it right, sometimes it's not even close. But once again, garbage in, garbage out. Because if you look at, and I'm going to go ahead and beat on you guys, Red Hat, your support forums, oh my gosh, need improvement, right? So you'll see like literally 4 or 5, if you're doing the research manually, you'll see 4 or 5 answers from, in this case, Red Hat. I'm going to beat you guys up, right, for how to do this one particular thing, and they're all different. And you're like, okay, well, which one is the truth? And sometimes it turns out it's one of the 4 or 5. Sometimes it's a mix of the stuff together, right? So it's just a mess, and you have to do trial and error if it's not something cold, right? So in defense of the AI, it's using those, they're contradictory, and so it tries to make with the business algorithm, its best guess, and that hasn't been nearly as fruitful as I would like it to be, right? But that, once again, that's a very specific niche use case down at the tactical level, and I'm going to continue to kick the tires. Now, I've heard that when it comes to coding, it's the cat's pajamas, right? It's great for that. I'm going to get into that next. That's going to be part of your next test study. Our test study, right? How
I've heard
do basic shell scripting, Python coding.
I've had people using it for Python. That's pretty good. Sometimes it misses a little bit, but again, if I have a blank screen in front of me that I have to develop code, that's a lot harder than if I've got a full screen and I'm like, oh, it was missing a comma. I can put that in.
Exactly, right. And, so where I'm at now is I'm pleasantly surprised. I think there's a lot more study I need to do, a lot more use cases, a lot more shakedown drills. But at the end of the day, I think it has tremendous promise and value, right? Given that the context.
And at the tactical level, on the negative side, there's an attorney. There was one in Colorado, and now there's another attorney that's the judge is thinking of sanctioning because they used AI. And they came up with fake cases. And this is where I tell people, remember the type of AI, you're using a chat engine. It's meant to discuss with you. And if it doesn't have information, there's no information for it to do, it will provide you information.
It will. It's going to give you data.
Crandall versus Colorado, man. Crandall kicked butt, and this is what he did. And
in his mind,
never had the case ever.
The state always wins.
So you have to you got to check that case exists.
Exactly.
Fellow attorneys out there.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. I mean, yes, I haven't seen it to that level yet, but that's what I mean when I say context. You've got to realize it's one tool in your chest, and you cannot use it exclusively or you're going to have a bad time, right? And so to your point, yes, start with that, look at it, see if it passes a sanity check, do the research, re-verify. It's still going to speed things up because to your point, you're looking at a blank screen trying to do it from scratch. It's still going to take you longer than being nudged by the AI in a certain direction once you get your query correct of what you're looking for. That'll help you drill down and get it to where it's where it needs to be from a quality product. So
my first test case was just tell me about my company. And it didn't know, right? Digital Beachhead, it came up with what they thought it would be.
Because you guys are stealth, my friend.
Well, then eventually it found it must have searched.
It does.
And,
it does
and
all this
learned
crawling
on
in the
the
background.
internet. Yeah.
Oh, and that brings up a really good point, Mike. The difference is, as I understand it, between the free tiers and the paid tiers, is that with the paid tiers, you can set different modes of how deep you want to analyze your query. So you can go from just start spitting garbage out as soon as I hit enter, all the way up to I'm really going to think about it and I'll get back to you in about a half hour, right? And I've got it set somewhere right now in about the middle. I started, once again, learning curve, didn't know. I started with the basic settings, which is just regurgitate as soon as possible. And now I have it tuned to where it's not at the maximum level, it's a step below that. And I do have to say, I do like the quality of the output better. It's not perfect still, but once again, I don't expect it to be perfect. If it can help me save a half hour on a 2-hour task and make me more productive, then for me, that's a win, right?
And I was doing it in class with the ChatGPT free one, and it didn't know anything about Digital Beachhead, didn't know anything about Digital Beachhead. About 4 classes in, it was like, Digital Beachhead's a cybersecurity company.
Well, sure, because
it is learning.
Right, because that's the other thing, guys. If you're using the free product, it's using all your inputs as a learning input for the model.
Exactly. So now I can go into the free one and say, develop a press release for Digital Beachhead, and it has my name, it has the company,
Yeah.
It
Nice.
is learned, right?
Well, I guess that's one way to do it. You cheapskate.
Some of us don't want to spend money.
An enthusiast on the road outside everybody. It's awesome.
I was going to
It's
say,
Friday.
pardon me.
Oh, well, with that, okay. So, are you guys are you leveraging AI within Beachhead at all?
We do. We use the free tools, Gemini, ChatGPT, and then the one that comes with our Microsoft
Copilot, yep.
And then Autopilot is within Intune.
Yes.
To help you set up Intune.
Oh, right. I didn't know that was an AI agent. I knew what Autopilot was, but I didn't
it's not necessarily. Think it was AI. It's kind of a,
Okay.
It's in the pilot series.
Yeah, got it.
You know what I mean?
I can't keep up with their nomenclature. They change it so often. So
tomorrow it'll be bus driver instead of pilot.
Exactly. Or management instead of configuration, et cetera.
Instead of Active Directory.
Are you happy with it so far?
Yeah. And for the class, we tried to get it to hallucinate. We tried to show how it can hallucinate, and we found those things out. We tried to show how the free version versus Gemini, who was still free but was based on a later build, would have different answers based on timeline questions.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. And so I advise all our clients is they come to us and say, I want AI. And I'm like, no, you need something.
Right.
Maybe we can find an AI tool that will satisfy that need.
Exactly.
To your point, let's run some strategic and tactical tests, or let's find out what the AI does. Don't just say, I bought this tool that has AI, my company has AI, I'm cool.
Right.
And it's a great tool.
That's a great closing, right, is that there's all this hype around it. And, I can see the hype to a degree. I mean, I'm a little older, so I don't impress quite so easily on that. Been around the IT sphere since, Methuselah. But, I think there's promise there for sure. But I'm really getting tired of hearing all the AI is the best thing since sliced bread and it can solve world hunger and everything else. I don't think so.
My first firewalls were Cerberus and Hydra, just so you know.
Nice.
Going to your
old school repping. I like it. Very nice. Look that up, everybody, if you have no idea what he's talking about.
But that was the name of my first 2 firewalls. So.
That's funny. I still use the name Cerberus in a lot of my security architecture, guardian of the underworld, right?
That's right.
Anyway, all right, everybody. So thank you for attending this set rep.
That's right.
I'll give you more data as we get through it.
Stay tuned as we dive deeper into AI.
Yeah, and if any of you out there have any use cases that you think are interesting and want to bring to our attention, I'd love to try them out on ours. I mean, we've got the all-you-can-eat model, so I am I'm ready to stress the energy grid, right? So.
Awesome.
All right, everybody, make sure you like, subscribe.
And we will see you next time on the Cyber Sitrep.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Bye. Hey, remember to like and follow us here on our podcast and YouTube channel. And we are coming to you from the Studio 809 Community Podcast Studio at the Next Us, which is a professional cooperative environment for small businesses here in downtown Colorado Springs. You should check them out.
Come check it out.